Hello, my name is Ash,
And I'm Jared.
and we just went to the movies.
Yeah, today we saw the new James McAvoy film, Speak No Evil.
This is Cosmo.
And he is snoozing. Yeah, it was fun. James McAvoy starred this guy named Patty. We had some stars here lined up. Mackenzie Davis played Louise Dalton. She was in Station 11, which I really loved.
Yeah, we had a good time watching that.
really loved it, as well as the new Blade Runner. This guy's name is Scoot. It's got to be a special fella. His name is Scoot. Scoot McNairy played Ben Dalton. Apparently, Narcos is a big deal. Never watched that one, but
I've been meaning to watch it because Pedro Pascal is in it.
oh, okay, yeah, that's a point in the right direction for sure.
He's got a kind face.
This guy named Dan Huff, I'm not sure.
The little boy was.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
His name was Ant, and he's been in one other thing called Hollyoaks. Never heard of it before today. I am very interested. Alex West Leffler played Agnes Dalton, and really excellent Irish names here. Aisling, which I think is Ailey, played Ciara. Last
Kira?
Voyage of
Kira?
Kira? Oh, yeah, right. That makes sense too. Ciara. Yeah, Kira. That sounds fun.
I think that's how he was pronouncing it.
She was in a movie called Stop Motion, as a Shudder thing, and The Last Voyage of Demeter, which is about Dracula setting sail across the ocean there. It was really fun. Directed by James Watkins, whose thriller and horror resume includes some like lesser known things called like Gone and Eden Lake, a bunch of like really unknowns there.
You were telling me earlier that this is actually a remake.
Yeah, apparently I didn't see the previous one, but it wasn't made very long ago. 2022 is
Really?
Yeah.
That recently?
And I guess like I thought the story was really great.
Was
so.
it in like a different language maybe?
That
Maybe
is
they
an
remade
excellent
it because
question.
it was from a different country?
I'm not certain. Just in my research, that's what I found. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Yeah, that would explain like such a recent remake to dump like another, like movies are expensive, millions of dollars into.
Yeah, get a whole McAvoy in on it.
McAvoy can't be cheap right now.
No,
like,
man.
My man's a hot commodity.
Professor X.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And okay, so great. This family, the Daltons go overseas, and apparently they've moved to London, and are really enjoying themselves and enjoying like a brief stint of unemployment. So they're just doing a quick tour and checking things out, and living some life when they meet James McAvoy and Patty and
his
wife and son Ant. It was really cool. They met at dinner at like sort of like a hostel situation, not like an ILE.
I think it was more of like a resort.
Okay.
Like it felt more resort like than a
Sure,
hostel.
everybody was pretty tight knit.
Yeah.
Like they had dinner all at the same time.
Right.
Sure. Resort stuff, very cool. They grow closer over like common distastes for the Welsh guy that was like kind of talking a lot about risotto, and were invited to Patty and Kira. Yeah. Patty and Kira's like farmhouse, which is really cool. And honestly, I probably would have gone too. Let's be honest. I probably would have gone. I'm trusting. You know me. I'm like, yeah, hell yeah. Let's go, baby.
People like you need people like me for the survival skills.
That's fair. I probably would have gone. They go and they find out some like grim truths about their new buddy, Patty. He's not afraid to lie and be really untrustworthy. There's something going on with his son, his quote unquote son, but P.S. we are definitely spoiling stuff. Definitely, it's in the name. We're always going to spoil
things.
Where they're excuse me, sir. They're chalking it up to it being like he's got something wrong with his tongue.
Right. They explain why the little boy doesn't speak very much or communicate well because he had a genetic malady with his tongue when he was born.
And also like bring it up to like shyness and there's other stuff going on, but it turns out it's something a little bit darker than that. Their stay involves going to like a really nice restaurant that doesn't quite exist, which turns out to be like in some guy's kitchen, but they bill him anyway. Or maybe that does exist. But it seemed really nice. I'd be all down for that, like 100%. On like some like really cold shore, smelling just like all you can smell is like just sea salt, and just like going to this place and like having like a delectable meal by somebody who like maybe isn't like a world renowned chef, but like titles don't matter. I don't know. I feel like it's really cool. Okay, all right.
Yeah, just let him cook.
I could you okay.
If you ignore him, he'll go away. See, he's gone.
House Panther. Sorry about that. And later on they find out that the little boy doesn't have a short tongue. He has no tongue whatsoever.
Because it was cut out of his body.
They cut it right out of his face, which is the prospect of absolutely terrifying. They end up finding out, which leads to like a similar cat and mouse game to Blink Twice that we saw really recently, where you're being like basically held hostage, but your captors don't exactly know if
what you know.
Yeah, they don't know that you're in on it, so they have no reason to act hostile to you, which that is a mechanism that can keep happening. I'm so fine with it. It's really fun.
I think it looks better this way. I think it looks better this way.
Yeah, fucking cat. We're just gonna run it.
Yeah, like they have like the mask slip a bunch,
Yeah.
and like you could tell the wife clocks it every single time, and the audience also clocks it every single time, and then like the dad character is just like seeing whatever he wants to see.
Yeah, like this can't be happening. There is a sequence toward the end where Patty finds out that the family kind of is they know, where they throw Ant, the little boy, into a lake that's close to their house and begins like the hostage taking process. There's a firearm and he's pointing it at his family. Ben jumps into the lake after them and he's like pointing this weapon at.
Because it's established earlier in the movie that the little boy doesn't know how to swim. So in order, like towards the end, like closer to the climax of the film, like our family, like the main family is escaping, and you're like, finally, they're getting the fuck out of there.
They can read.
Yeah.
Good.
And then like as a Hail Mary, James McAvoy character throws this child into a lake that it's been established doesn't know how to swim. So, like, of course they have to stop and make sure the child survives. Like, I completely get that.
So they stop the car and retrieve young Ant and pull him out of the lake, and they begin to hold him hostage, kind of like digging in. They set like a wire transfer of money, talking about...
so it's all like, what is it? A ruse?
A front. Yeah, they're just trying to... A
grift.
A grift.
Yeah.
And they bring in the guy who ran the kitchen at the guy's house, and he shows up and starts shooting at them. It's revealed that they've done this with several other families, and Ant isn't actually their own kid. Correct.
It is a child that they plucked out of a family, killed his parents, cut out his tongue, and now he is their child who is just desperately trying to get help.
Yeah. Right. The ending sequence is really great, but I think instead of jumping directly into that part of the synopsis, it might be beneficial to just do some prose. We want to get into that.
Okay.
Because I think we can talk about the ending as you're talking about pros and cons. I feel like that's a bit more apt.
Okay, cool. We can edit this. Like, it's fine.
Everything is fine.
I can edit this out right now, the way I'm talking to you.
I'm not gonna.
You got something on me?
Yeah, you got it. I got it though.
Thank you.
Great. What do you think? What did you like out of the movie? Tell me about
it. Like personally, I have really bad anxiety. So these kinds of movies stress me out so bad. Like, it's meant to be a very tense film. It's meant to make the audience feel uncomfortable and stressed out. is not my kind of movie. They didn't make it for me, but they did a good job at what they were aiming for. So yeah, my pros are the acting all around was amazing. McAvoy was incredible. Like you see him play like a psychotic person,
As
and he
usual. Yep.
turns like the crazy on and off, on and off, and you watch it happen, and you know what he's doing, but like he does it flawlessly. The child that plays Ant, Dan Howe, Dan Ho. Okay, the little boy that plays Ant was incredible. Like this kid doesn't speak through the entire movie, and just through his expressions and his body language, you can tell that he's horrified, terrified about everything, and just so uncomfortable and so just upset. So yeah, I thought that that was great. It successfully does what it sets out to do, and I think that even though it was not a movie for Ashley, it was a good movie. They did a good job at what they did.
Yeah, I loved it. You hit on some of the same notes that I did. They should have just called the movie Tension because like it was just that all of the time. There wasn't like a moment in here. Maybe that was because like that's like a symptom of the trailers and what you were expecting to go to the movie and see.
I mean, the trailers did a good job. It was exactly what I was expecting it to be.
But like what I'm saying is that like would I still have been so like nervous and tense if I had never seen the trailer? And this is like an interesting like kind of like a thought experiment on our expectations in media that I think that maybe it wouldn't have been so tense, and there were just moments that it was just like harmless fun instead of just like, or where there's just like directly nonstop tense is what I got. It was
yeah. You didn't really get a break from the tension.
No, I don't think so either. There was I want to double back on Dan Howe for his performance. He gave us like a really crazy explosive ending that like just bravo, man. Like I can't.
Yeah, that kid.
You
that
killed
kid
it.
Tore that scenery all the way up.
He didn't speak at all, and absolutely crushed it. It was so much fun. James McAvoy.
That kid and his like pinky finger.
Yeah,
like the talent that he has is like it's
100%.
Very special.
James McAvoy, as usual. There's really nothing to say. I was really excited to see Mackenzie Davis getting some more play, because Station 11 was so much fun. I just like always. Her character though is like always kind of like
neurotic,
so close to snapping off like at somebody. I thought it was really fun and interesting, like as a character.
She's just a really wound up, neurotic.
And to like her like counter was Scoot's character, Ben Dalton. Scoot, hey man,
what a name.
That's a good name. All right then. Scoot's character was like just like her like whoopee cushion. I feel like it was just like yeah, her like as hard as she can push, he would just deflate against it, and I think that was really cool and definitely what the character was supposed to be doing.
Well, yeah, so I mean, obviously the couple is not well matched. Like you can tell, like our main couple, like the married couple that we're following, like they're not compatible at all.
And you know that actually comes to a head a bit later, which is really cool. You're reading it absolutely correct, so I loved it. It was awesome. There was there was like a yelling at your TV kind of fun to this.
We were yelling at the movie screen, and we felt okay with it because people brought their kids into the movie theater, and we're like, well, I mean, if this is already happening.
I was totally into it. It was like very yell at your movie, your theater screen, TV screen to like get out of there, shut up. It's very like they brought some like old school tropes back in that where you like you and yourself know better, and they and themselves are absolute idiots. And I thought that was so special. Get the hell out of there! It was so fun, and it was like the Scream movies back then. You're just like, run, bitch. Run! You're doing the Scream movie.
It was thrilling.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, they were dumb, but I think that made the movie. Like, you know what I mean? If they were smart and read everything like they were supposed to, the movie would be over in 5 minutes. So, now just like what made the movie. Again, Dan Howe, I'm not really sure how to pronounce your name, man. But you did a great job.
Young man like killed the game.
You did that ending.
I'm really excited to see more stuff that he's
You got what you wanted, I think, at the end, and that is so rewarding to a moviegoer. I didn't find an age for this fella, but he couldn't have been 12.
I think with like really really young actors, they don't post those
Yeah,
as
which is
readily.
fine. I totally get it, but I mean,
He was a very young man, and he did
he
an amazing job.
performed without saying a word, and that anguish was real and so cool, man. You did such a great job. You're never gonna see this, but I love you. Keep doing stuff. I'm gonna see whatever you're in. You got a long time coming, dude.
Lifelong fan now.
Yep. Excellent. Let's talk about what we didn't like.
Okay. So, like I said, my list is very small, but I mean, like I said, this wasn't my kind of movie because I'm already super anxious, and like the last thing I need when I'm like kicking back and relaxing in a movie is something that just like stresses me out way worse. So yeah, my con, it's just not my kind of movie. It was really well done. I feel like if I was more into that genre, I would have just like fucking had the best time. But I was more like stressed out, and like the more tense scenes, I just found myself just like had the dimness on my phone all the way up, and I was just like scrolling to just.
I'm kind of with that, man. Like, so like there were moments that just like cringe. Like, how could you even think about doing this?
Yeah. Okay. So the main characters had zero survival skills whatsoever. Like, there are like at least 10 red flags that are presented to the main characters, and they don't do anything about it. And then like when they do stuff about it, they're stupid about it. Like, there's one point where they like get the hell out of there. And then they turn around because they left the little girl's stuffed toy. They turn around to the dangerous place where they already know something's very, very wrong to retrieve a child's toy.
Yeah.
Because she itches herself. Because she has anxiety, which, like, cool. I understand, like, being sensitive to a child's needs. But if it's a life or death situation, or even then I don't think that it's life or death, but they know that something is extremely wrong, they turned their asses back around and went back. And the entire time I was just like, what?
And then like there's
are
like
you doing?
they like
why would you do that? Just buy her another bunny, man. What the
happened? I mean, they said she got to grow up and then ditch this thing, and she does at the end of that. She's not interested in this bunny.
Yeah,
at all.
Man. They like, number one, like the reason they haul ass the first time is because the little girl ended up and they found her like cuddled up with like the antagonist couple in their bed. Like, nothing sexual, but she was like sleeping with people that weren't her parents for comfort. And it was weird. And like, I would have gotten the hell out of there and I never would have turned back. And if my kids started freaking out, I'd be like, I found you in that situation. You're never seeing those people again, right? Like, in a million freaking years. No way. Absolutely not. What?
No, I'm with you.
You're disagreeing?
No, I'm with you.
Oh,
100%. Carry on.
It's like, girl, we're about to fight. I'm gonna take my earrings off.
All 6 of them.
Doop 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 doop, bink. But yeah, no, it's just the how the protagonist reacts to these situations. I didn't think was very believable for people that actually valued living and like the well-being of their children. And it was super frustrating to watch. It was all very frustrating. Like, halfway through the movie, when things start like unraveling, everything the protagonist did, almost every single thing, up until she found like that acidic shit that she sprayed in the face. That was smart. But every other thing, they left guns behind. Like, they pummeled the bad guys and just, like, left weapons. Like, stranded about and hauled ass. Like, I get you're panicking, but, like, why wouldn't you grab the gun?
Like, you're not fucking Jason Bourne, dude. You're not.
You're in a whole house full of things. Full of, like, hard, heavy blunt objects that you could, like, pummel.
Break a plate, make a knife. Do whatever you have to, bro.
Any of that. And it's just amazing to me.
I totally agree.
Like, 0 survival skills. So, yeah, those are my thoughts.
Okay, so yeah, my cons are, they are idiots. I'm going to jump on the things that you said, and that way we don't sound like we're repeating ourselves too much. My son, there would never be like I'm going to sneak in there and grab my boy off of that bed. Oh, no. The house is waking up. I'm sorry. I don't care. No.
There will be no polite.
There is no, I'm going to go get him and then hope they don't wake up. No. I'm burning it down. I'm not sorry and I don't care. No, absolutely not. Yeah, as soon you were talking about the drain cleaner. As soon as that stuff got in his eyes, it's lights out for Mr. Patty, bro. That's Clapzell, Washington. My man is
Right.
absolutely finito. He's done. He's laying on the and he's like scrubbing his eyes. I'm sorry.
And
I'm
they
not.
haul ass. They just leave him like
They
that.
leave him like that. There's like he's holding a gun. They leave the gun. Like there's no. He's clapped. That's a wrap, dude. Clapped, and then the dude comes in. The lady comes in. His like wife comes in the door. Clapped. Like you got a gun now. Like I don't understand why we're still
Potentially
panicking.
too. Like I don't like.
It doesn't make sense. They like put themselves in this position, or maybe it's just in service of the story, which is fine. But
I mean, that's all
it is,
in service of the story.
yeah,
like
it's frustrating. Is what it is.
every frustrating thing that stupid thing that they do is for the story, but like watching it like in the audience.
We have a bit of a catchphrase in our household that like anytime that we need to say something to somebody, and it has to be said with like any like modicum of like energy behind it. Hey man, like that's just like a thing that we say in this house. Hey man, like what you doing? As soon as this dude went like, oh, I'll take the bill, and he was like, oh, okay, well let me. And he was, oh, okay, thanks, and shoved the bill in his hand and left. That's a hey man moment. Like where are you going, bro? Hey man, like where are you going? I was trying to help, bitch. Like I would have been so mad. He like gave him the bill.
This is your friend. This is not my
cool.
friend.
I'll go get the car. Wait a second. This is not what I talked about. That's not what I said. I would have been so mad. Yeah, I would not let my son get on a motorcycle with anyone and just drive. Let alone a stranger. Like that's what happened.
Someone's helmet.
No helmet. No, dude. Get your butt off that bike. Are you crazy?
That is somebody that we met 15 minutes ago. No.
Not a chance. I don't care. I do not care.
Their parental instincts also, like honestly.
Like honestly, what the hell?
Why would you bring your child into like another like a secluded home that belonged to like people that you've never met before? Like the whole premise is just very bizarre.
A little flimsy, if you ask me.
And it's a remake, so I mean, like it's been done twice, so I mean, it must have resonated with some people.
Let's also talk about something else, and this might be built into the character, but no, nobody's gonna talk to my wife that way. Sorry, you have anything you'd like to say to her? And I'm like,
the fuck?
we're just gonna go. Like, I'm gonna get out. Like, I'm done with this. I'm out of here. And this is like right before he starts
change our way out.
Yeah, dude. I am sashaying out the door. I'm not gonna say bye. I'm not gonna be polite. This is absurd. I'm out of here.
Yeah, that's the thing about this movie is I feel like one of the themes is people are prisoners of their own politeness.
That's true.
And people are afraid, even if it's not for their betterment, of leaving a bad impression to somebody else. Like they're like the protagonist family was so terrified of
being rude.
Being rude or potentially upsetting somebody. Like they gave these like weirdos the benefit of the doubt time and time and time and time again for no reason other than because they had no ties to them. Like the antagonist couple, they didn't promise or do anything to like be in their good graces.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be polite to these people.
No reason at all.
Yet they were just
cowards.
Yeah,
Hated it.
So frustrating to watch.
The hunt scene, where they were like hunting like this fox. This is like I like the hunt. I don't like the kill. Like it's like so tacked on and artificial, and it felt so fucking boring. All right, and just one more note before we wrap up the pros and the cons. I think there was a moment we talked about where Ant gets thrown into this lake on the way out, and that is terrifying. That's awful. But I wouldn't have judged him for getting out of there. Like, I think that, yes, of course, I would love to think that I'm that man to, like, run out of the car.
To save a child?
I'm sorry. I don't think that there's anything.
If I'm being completely honest, I probably would have done the same thing also.
Like
not stop the car. I probably would have kept going.
Loved to have saved child that
Not
can't swim, and
perfect.
if that guy, if that person, that child wasn't surrounded by people with guns just begging me to jump in there and save
Yeah.
him,
Basic, like
this is
you
a
know,
trap.
it's a trap the
You know
entire
it is.
time. Like
So I
there's,
don't think I would have jumped out of the car. I'm sorry, Ant. Your character needed to be there in the end,
whew.
but
No,
I don't.
that scene actually like kind of like made me face the whole like I probably wouldn't have.
I'm not
stopped either.
stopping,
I would
dude.
have gotten
I'm not
like
gonna
you and
stop.
my partner and my baby. Like I would have gotten the hell out of there. I'm so
No,
sorry.
this kills us all. Like
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out of here. I'm done. I'm out. And it sucks.
I think that's the
but
point, though, is it makes you like really think about that situation. Had you been in those shoes,
Yeah.
it was like where
I got two things to worry about in this car. That dude that's drowning in that lake, that's pretending to be this guy's son. I'm sorry. I'm out of here.
that baby that saved your life by cluing you in.
Listen,
letting
and I
you know.
totally get it, but and it's difficult because then you start thinking that if Ant were to like run to another like a police station when they're out, just like run there, start writing stuff on a napkin because he can't fucking talk because he has no tongue, and start like writing stuff down for the police, they would be like, oh, it's just his son. In some language.
The language that he was he not writing in English?
No.
Is that why she didn't understand
Correct.
anything he said?
It appeared to be some sort of Norwegian.
Okay. It was like you could like make out pieces of words. Like I could have pieced together what he was trying to say. But
No.
really?
Yeah, the language is like it's just
You could piece out help.
it looks like gibberish. Like
Yeah.
the language is like so completely different that like if it was like Spanish, you could be like you can kind of get there, but like there's nothing. Like nothing at all. Like that looks like anything. It looks like a note with gibberish on it. However, when the little boy ate the note, that should have been a pretty big indicator.
Yeah, we gotta
that,
get
like,
the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was a ransom note, my dude.
Like if I was in that situation with my child and he said, yeah, this kid tried to like give me a note and he ate it before the mom came back, and be like, okay,
I'm out of here.
It's time to get out.
I'm out.
We're gonna call the police.
We are leaving.
After we get the hell out of here.
Leaving. I'm done. Yes. In short, or much longer, I really did like the movie a lot. But did you? What'd you rate it?
I gave it a 7.5. Just because it was very good for the kind of movie it was. It was not for me. Like, if I'm in my own, like, if it's my day off and I'm, like, kicking back on the couch and I'm pulling up a movie just to enjoy on my own, never in a million years would I pick this. But for what it was a really good movie. It was good. It did what it wanted to do. And also, James McAvoy was amazing. Like, what can't that man, what can't he do? He's beyond his time.
You know me and the Alien series. It is a tale as old as I am. I am absolutely enthralled, and that entire universe is so beloved to me that I can't, and I love movies. I love movies so much. It's so beloved to me that I can't quite express it realistically in just this YouTube video. I think I love this better than Alien Romulus. I think this is breaking my top 5.
What?
That tension, you can cut it with a knife. It's so fun and interesting. It like, I haven't seen a movie that tense. Like it's just tense the whole time. You're just like, you're just tense. And frankly,
I can't believe this broke your top 5.
I think it's going to break it
wild.
for 2024. Yeah. I do still have a couple of numbers on that list, but yes, I did give it 8.5. I really enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was really great.
The numbers that we're giving, are we supposed to be using those
Tracking
towards
them?
our
No, hell no.
our top? Okay, because I
No.
was like, I feel like I've like rated some movies higher than others, but like I've never adjusted my top 5 to correspond to that because I don't pay attention.
It was awesome, and you should watch it. I totally recommend it.
Yeah, it's a good watch, definitely. But like, if you
100%.
have like anxiety and that like sort of thing, like upset children, like I don't fuck with upset kids.
Oh,
ever.
it's anxious.
Yeah.
It's anxious.
You know, it's not for everybody. It's not for me. It was very good though.
I think it's cracking it. It was really fun.
It's very good. For what it's meant to be, it is amazing.
Yeah. Totally agree. Yeah, great. That was so fun. I love talking about movies with you.
Me too, buddy. You're my favorite.
This is 3 for 3. 3 movies seen this week.
I'm picking up some shifts at work, so we're probably not going to have
A little less dense.
a 3 for week.
A little less
all
dense
the
next
time.
week. But I do hope that you're enjoying the previous ones. Thanks for watching.
We're having such a good time making these.
I feel like every time I post one, we get like another subscriber, some more views, and I think that's how this is supposed to work.
Hello, new friends.
Apparently supposed to grow and have fun. So I really hope that you're having fun and growing too. Subscribe if you can. It's free. We're so small and just starting, so I really appreciate it. And that's it. This is Flowers at the Movies. We went to the movies.
My name is Ash.
And I'm Jared. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, see you next time.